Hi everyone, today we're going to take a look at the RAM-mounts custom cradle for the 4th generation Apple iPod Touch. This is the RAM-HOL-AP10. Here on the back of the cradle I have this two-hole pattern in this diamond shape, and that's there to attach to a plate like this, which is a RAM-B-238 diamond plate with 1-inch ball. This plate will bolt onto the back of the cradle, and once that's on there, you can build out the rest of your mount and put an arm on this and the arm on whatever base you're going to be using. The cradle comes with hardware to attach this plate to the back. It does not come with this plate itself. This part is purchased separately or as part of a bundle. Something else I wanted to show you on the back of the cradle is right down here where it says iPod Touch 2G. And you won't be able to see it from here, but inside the cradle in very, very tiny letters it also says AP7 rather than AP10. There is a good explanation for that. When this cradle was first released, it was designed for the 2nd generation Apple iPod Touch. In time, the 3rd generation came out. That was the same size, so this cradle worked fine. When the 4th generation iPod Touch came out, the height and the width were the same. The only thing that changed was the thickness. The new device was much thinner. So there was no need to redesign the cradle. What RAM did instead was include a couple of these with the cradle, which are foam pads with adhesive on the back underneath that white paper. So what we'll do in just a minute here is peel that white paper off the back to expose the adhesive, and we're going to put this foam into the back of the iPod cradle just to fill it out a little bit, allow it to accommodate that thinner device. When you put the foam pads in there, they're going to go about where I have that one right there. There's a couple ridges inside. It's going to fit right on the bottom one, and you want to make sure that the pad rests entirely against the back of the iPod cradle. You don't want that creeping up onto the side at all, because that's going to make it too small for the 4th generation model. Make sure that that rests completely on the back. So what we'll do is we'll peel that white paper off of the back, expose the adhesive, and then just stick that on there exactly where I just showed you, kind of right above that bottom ridge against the back of the cradle. And repeat that now with the other side. Get that right in there. Push that down, and that's about all there is to it. I now have the foam in there that's going to fill out the cradle a little bit, and I'm ready for my Apple iPod. So I can drop that in, the bottom will go in first, and then I can just pull or push back on the top, and it'll snap right into place in the cradle. While the iPod is in the cradle, I still have access to everything I need. I have full access to the face of the iPod. Here is a cutaway for the power button and the camera lens. Here are the volume controls. At the bottom, the cutaway for the power cable and for the headphone jack. To remove the iPod from the cradle, you will just pull up on that tab with your thumb. You can pull it out at the same time, and that's all there is to it. One other thing I wanted to show you here today is I actually have another AP10 cradle. This one, though, I have installed that 1-inch diamond plate here on the back. So just to give you an idea of what the completed mount will look like with some other components. But I can take the iPod, get that back into the cradle, and I can take whatever base I'm going to use. Here I have a suction cup, and I'm going to put an arm on that, like this standard length B-socket arm. The ball on the back of the cradle will fit into the open socket of the arm. I can then position it, move it around however I want, tighten up the knob on the side of the arm, and I'm good to go. I have a custom cradle here for my Apple iPod in a secure suction cup mount. So that is a quick look at the RAM-mounts custom cradle for the 4th generation Apple iPod Touch. This is the RAM-HOL-AP10.